Hi. Welcome to the very, very first Might Lead Later voicemail listening podcast. Something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, especially because there are so many voicemails and so many stories that are just landing in my inbox. And every time I walk around the places I go to or my own city, Amsterdam, I just think I'm the luckiest artist on the planet Earth to be able to hear it and also to experience what you guys are experiencing. And so I thought for a long time how to make sure that you guys get to hear more of the things that just come in my inbox. And I thought this might be worth a try. And so welcome to my living room, to my couch. We're going to do this as chill as possible. And I suggest you to do the same, just whether you're running, whether you're sitting in your living room, or whether you're about to leave a voicemail, just get comfortable, because we're about to listen to a couple of voicemails. And without further ado, how this is going to work is that I'm just literally going to play voicemails as they come. So unedited, uncensored, just real, raw, and I'm gonna press play and we'll see what comes out of it. And I think, without further ado, I'll spend the first 10 minutes or so, the first part of the podcast, I'll spend showing you the voicemails, and then I'll pick one song that I'm gonna a little bit dive a bit deeper into, showing what I did with the voicemail, why I picked it, and hopefully in the coming podcasts I can also invite some guests and see how they feel, and maybe in the near future I would also like to host some guests and see how they react to the voicemail that you send in. And as always, you can leave your voicemail by calling this phone number that you see behind me here on this light, and quite literally just say whatever comes to your mind. All right, whew, this is a bit nerve-wracking, this. All right, so I've got quite a big backlog of voicemails that I need to show you. I started Might Lead Later, I think, about a year and a half ago. So it means we've got a lot to cover. And I mean, we've got voicemails explaining the favorite fast foods of people, someone telling me how they have just had the best slice of watermelon, and people who have called for the second time. And that to me is the most unique part. So I hope I'm gonna get to show you all of it. And for this first one, I thought I should just start with the most fresh voicemails, the ones that came in my inbox during the last month, and that would be about the end of November, December. Yeah, let's see. I'm just gonna press play and we'll see where we go from there.
Hi. I don't know if you wanted like funny voicemails or whatever, but I just left a therapy session, and for the flyer there was only one little thing left on it, so kind of felt a little bit like fate. Yeah, I don't know. Fucking life, man. It's not fucking fair. Yeah. Life fucking sucks sometimes, all the time, but I don't know what I'm trying to say without sounding super corny, actually. You can probably disregard this, but I guess my brain not working the way that it's supposed to. Not my fault. It's actually their fault, and sometimes accepting that you're not the villain in the story is actually kind of one of the hardest things. because that just makes the people you love into the villain. And I guess I just wish that wasn't the case. But, yeah. This feels really stupid, actually. But, yeah, I guess it's okay to remember you're not the villain. It's okay to not be the villain. Because being the villain is so much easier. I don't even fucking believe what I'm saying. Probably gonna go home and gaslight myself into... I'm probably gonna go home and let everybody else gaslight me, but people you love can be villains too, I guess. All right, lay a message over.
Wow. I have no idea what exactly is happening, but I guess that feeling that you're not the villain, it's a thing that we're all, at least I'm constantly struggling with, about overjudgment and thinking that it's all my fault and that I'm not doing enough every day, especially as a musician. I mean, the numbers, the streams, the likes, the concerts, it's all in your head every day, and it's really hard to put yourself aside sometimes and look at the positive things. And I know someone said to me recently that we as humans focus more on the negative news for much longer than the positive ones. And that kind of stayed in my mind. The only problem is, how do you make it happen, you know? How do you turn your head into thinking that, hey, remember the good stuff? It's most of the time easier said than done. So I think I really like that phrase, remember that you're not the villain every time. And I think I could really use that one in a track. So maybe you're gonna hear it in the next one. Now let's just click play to the next one.
Piece by piece, you're going to build a life for yourself. Not because you have finally arrived at a place where everything is perfect, but because you have allowed flowers to grow between the concrete of your grief. I hope you come to learn the difference between moving on and moving forward. Perhaps this next stage of your life has more to do with who and what you're choosing to grow with instead of who and what you're letting go of. Because you have chosen to believe in hope for just one more second longer than you have indulged your fear. Because you learned to stop holding yourself to your own impossible standards. Because you began focusing on the right next step and the right next step after that. Because you started prioritizing your life, how your life feels over how it looks. Because you let it lead you to the greatest revelations and smallest pleasures and the quiet solve of healing hours at which you finally remembered it was always going to be okay.
Wow. There's something about people writing so much, I feel, at least judging by what comes inside my inbox. There are a lot of thoughts that are expressed very beautifully, and especially every time when I get to hear things like these, I feel like I'm not supposed to touch this, right? This is someone's work, and this is someone's thoughts that they put down, and I feel like I'm very lucky to hear it, but I have no idea whether this person wants the rest of the people to hear it, or it's kind of up to me, which is the craziest part, right? To put it out there or not. And this is just beautiful. Thank you to you, whoever you are, who sent this in. All right, let's move on.
Hi, I'm in Amsterdam right now, just walking around with my girlfriend, and we were lucky enough to buy a house at 20, which is insane. and it's the happiest I've been so far. Thank you for listening.
I mean, of course you're happy. Buy a house. Wow, congratulations, man. That's amazing. It's kind of cool to oftentimes people call when they're in Amsterdam, because I feel like there are a lot of people who, the proper energy crew, who are putting up the flyers in my city. And I had this, it happened I think about a week ago. I was sitting down at the Hoxton, which is this beautiful place in Amsterdam where, I don't know, I like the furniture and I could just sit there and sometimes listen to the voicemails, and then I put on my headphones and I listen to them and I kind of look around, because the weird feeling of someone in that room sitting there and just had left that voicemail to me, that just, I don't know, I walk around the city and I oftentimes imagine that those people walking past me might have sent me a message, and I will never ever know, because all I get is this audio and that's it. But that's the beauty of it as well. All right, let's try another one.
There are some fries on the ground, and we're in the exit. The fries are really sad. We want to eat the fries, but they're on the ground. Nobody's gonna eat them because they're...
Okay, I really would have wanted to know what would happen, what's coming behind the because, you know. But yeah, snacks. Told you, this is a very reoccurring theme in the Might Lead Later inbox. We've got several parts of fried snacks, especially the ones that are the most popular in the Netherlands. But now the fries that were thrown on the ground have reached the tops as well. I mean, fries come along often, but I have to say the Dutch frikandel, even though I'm vegetarian, frikandel is like a fried meat sausage, I would say. That one frequently visits the voicemail inbox. All right, let's move on.
Hi, honey. How are you? I called you because I want to tell you that I love you and I want to meet up later. I'm cold and it's freezing outside, so let me know if you're free. Bye. And Jesus loves you.
Okay, so I don't know why, but very often people just call and talk to the voicemail as if it's a person, as if I should be calling back or getting to, which is really interesting, because I'm wondering so is this person actually talking to someone, or was it meant for someone? We're never going to find out, probably, unless this person is listening. But yeah, that's, I'm curious what would you, because if you would call the voicemail number, would you pretend that you're calling someone actually, or would you just make up something? I don't know. I was just wondering about this.
When I moved here, I hoped I might find someone, but I wasn't too optimistic. And then I found you. Honestly, the first time I saw you, I didn't think it would lead anywhere. But after our first date, everything changed. There was something different about us. We didn't just vibe, we connected on a different level, an emotional level, or a deeper connection. We shared something unique, even a bit of a bond over our past struggles. You understand me and I understand you. And I know it's hard for you because you are just coming out of this relationship. I've been there and I know how it feels. When you told me about it, I knew it might not end well, but somehow we still found a way to meet in the middle. I'm so grateful for you, for showing me the city, for teaching me how to navigate in certain situations, and for making me feel worthy of your compliments. You have helped me to see myself in a better light, and you have reminded me of my value. I know this isn't the right time or place, especially with me leaving. I know you're scared, but so am I. I hope that one day, whether in the future or another lifetime, we might meet again and have the chance to make things work. You're important to me, and I hope you will never forget me.
well, these kind of stories come in my inbox oftentimes, and I don't want to mean it in a bad way. I mean it in a way that I'm really wondering what actually happened and how is this person feeling right now, about a month later, because I just feel, especially in the winter, I remember last year when I for the first time started this whole project. During the summer, I got a lot of very uplifting voicemails and a lot of sing-alongs and a lot of funny ones. But when the November hit and the horrible Dutch weather, thus, a lot changed. And I felt people really opened up a lot more about their losses, about their relationships, about what is happening in their heads. And I don't know how about you, but to me, this gray weather like this every day here in the Netherlands, it's I think it's taking a toll on how we feel as well. And it really changes our moods, our feelings, and how we see our daily lives. It's sometimes just hard to move on with the day when the clouds are in the same color, when the clock, it just feels like it's moving so fast. And I don't know, this has nothing to do with this voicemail that was just left, but I just, I really appreciate this. And I feel like there are a couple of things, like when she said, wow, you've helped me to see myself in a different color. I think that was the line that one, I wrote that one down. Because yeah, I think that one should go into a track. All right, let's listen to some more.
Hey, actuellement en terrasse à Amsterdam avec une petite bière. Voilà, des bisous.
Busy back. This is beautiful. All right, next one.
Okay with that? Oh, hello, my delete later. I'm with two friends. I don't know really what to say, but we're just talking about how much we love voicemails. I'm people should start leaving them more. Yeah, leave a voicemail. Bring back voicemails 2025. Ooh, it's 2025. It's an in for 2025. Liz, say one more. What's your in for 2025? Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill is in for. We're bringing in Netflix and chill. Yeah. I hope that you use this on a song. Maybe new EP 2025. Yeah. Okay. Call me back. Yeah, choose stuff to say.
There's definitely gonna be an EP coming, and actually in a month. Oh no, yeah, in a month. So I back in December, I think it was on the 12th of December, I got this realization that I'm really getting so many voicemails in my inbox, and I need to put out more music. I need to put out more voicemails to you guys, hence the voicemail right now, hence the podcast right now. And so I think I created an EP within 48 hours. I literally sat down in my studio right here, and I think I listened to about 40, 50 voicemails and just started sampling them. I started putting them into synths, putting them into vocoders, and just created what you're about to hear in the coming weeks. That's going to be released. But all right, one more voicemail, and then let's get to that track that I was just talking about.
Hi, I found this number in my pocket. I'm in Copenhagen right now, and me and my roommate, we have bed bugs.
Okay, I mean, aside the bed bugs, how incredible is this? Whoever you are who put those flyers up in Copenhagen or in Turkey or in Australia where these voicemails are coming from, I mean, I'm only judging by the numbers, you know, where I can just see the country code, and that's the only way how I see that they're not coming from, you know, the flyers that I have put up myself here in my neighborhood in Amsterdam. So I'm incredibly thankful and, frankly, absolutely flabbergasted by the fact that I get to hear this. On that note, I'm gonna play you a voicemail that I received on the 12th of December from a Swedish phone number. Again, I only can judge by the country code, but I think that's where it's from. And it really... The thing is, this voicemail was and is about the fact that we're getting into a new year. We're doing that silly thing in our heads where we overthink how old we are or what have we achieved in the previous year. And that really messes with my mind every year because, you know, you put down a couple of goals and, okay, in my case, 50 and onwards and never-ending to-do lists. And you constantly just think, okay, you don't think about the fact that you have achieved some of those things or you have been happy or you have experienced things during your past year, but you constantly set new things for yourself. And when I heard this voicemail, I thought I have to make a song out of it right then, right now, before the new year hits. And that song became Future. And I'm going to show you a small deep dive into the Logic project. I work in a program that's called Logic, where I put in the voicemail and then I just see what happens. So let me do a small run through. Okay, so first here's the original voicemail that came in my inbox.
Hi, I just wanted to thank myself for making it through 2023. Had a tough year, but I was tougher. I made it out thanks to music. Without music existing, I would never have been able to do this. I had some friends as well help me out, but I was the one who did this. I was the one who fought for my freedom of myself, fought for the freedom of my own deepest, darkest thoughts and secrets. And now I can stand there and say that I am alive and that I'm happy. And I actually see a future.
And that last line is exactly what rang a bell in me and just said, this is it. You have to sit down and you have to do something about this. So, firstly, what I did was sample that tiny little word, future. I did this.
Future, future, future.
So it sounds a bit like a baby voice, but I don't know. That had something about it. And in total, it's like a
future, 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 future.
And then I thought I need some kind of a rough sound because he's saying the future and there needs to be something weird happening in terms of synths. And so I went to the kitchen and I was looking for sounds and actually took a spoon and I was making noises everywhere and just hitting objects and thinking what could resonate into something ugly that could be sampled into something beautiful. And then I hit this pot. Actually it was like a bit more a longer sound. Yeah, something like that. And then I sampled it into this.
Future, future, future.
That's the pot, believe it or not.
Future, future, future.
And then I added the drums.
Future, 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 future.
And then all you need is a really good thick bass. And then I recorded vocals, which actually start with this sentence. And every time I do this, actually a friend of mine, a wonderful DJ from Canada called Sinka, she was saying, whoa, this gives me Monica from Friends vibes, you know? I know. But yeah, those are the lyrics. I just went and basically explain how I feel from my side about the fact that it's going to be a new year and what it brings to me. And then I just went to the microphone and basically did really random stuff in it by creating vocal chops, which means that I walk up to the mic, I scream into it. It sounds horrible, and probably my neighbors hate me at that moment. But I add a lot of reverb on it, and I mean a lot of reverb. And then it sounds something like this. Yeah, it sounds like a monster in a church. And that you can hear somewhere in the background of the song. And that's how I made Future. It actually comes out on the 31st of January. Or maybe by the time you're listening to this, it's already out.
Had a tough year, but I was not it. I made it out. I actually see a future. 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 Thinking back of 2023, it was the worst and my best period of my life, and now 2024 has been different.
I just wanted to thank you for listening, and I guess it's the end of the podcast. We've listened to only a couple of voicemails from the thousands that are in my inbox, so let me know how you like this. If you like it, what would you like to hear? And if you have called, I would be incredibly... If you are one of these people who actually called and left a voicemail and you're listening to this, thank you. Thank you so much. You make me really, really happy, and I'm doing my best to put these into songs and to make sure that I respect the sounds that you send to me. And make sure to like this podcast, tell your friends about it. That's how it works, I guess, about everything we do. And that will make me happier, and that will also make me more encouraged to make more of these. And as always, call the voicemail phone number that you see behind me right now, and I might make a song out of it. Thank you for listening. I'm my lead later, and I make music from voicemails that people send me. And this was the very first edition of the You Have One New Message podcast. Bye, till the next one.